In the beginning, before time had a name, there was nothing but the eternal presence of God. No light, no shadow, no sound, only silence stretching through eternity. The universe lay empty, waiting for his command. Then God spoke, "Let there be light," and light was born. Radiance burst through the darkness, dividing day from night. Time took its first breath, and the heavens opened their eyes. From emptiness came beauty, from stillness came motion. God saw the light, that it was good, and separated it from the darkness. The light shall be called day, and the darkness shall be called night. And the first evening and morning passed, the first day. But the Creator's work was not done. The heavens were without shape, the waters covered all things. Then God said,
"Let there be a firmament between the waters."
and the sky unfolded, vast and endless, a curtain of blue. God called the firmament heaven, and the second day was sealed with glory. Below the heavens, the waters still covered the earth, but God willed it to change. Let the waters be gathered together, and let dry land appear. At his command, mountains rose, valleys opened, and rivers began their journey toward the sea. He called the dry ground earth, and the gathered waters seas. Then he said, "Let the earth bring forth grass and trees bearing fruit after their kind." Green life spread across the land, grass like a soft carpet, trees reaching toward the sky, flowers painting the ground with color. The third day ended in beauty. Then God turned his gaze to the heavens once more. "Let there be lights in the heavens to divide the day from the night." And so it was. The great light, the sun, ruled the day. The lesser light, the moon, ruled the night. Stars scattered across the heavens like diamonds on velvet, shining as signs for seasons and years.
And God saw that it was good.
The waters awaited his voice again. "Let the waters bring forth living creatures in abundance." The seas came alive with whales, fish, and creatures of every kind. Then God said, "Let the birds fly across the sky above the earth." Wings filled the air, majestic eagles, graceful doves, tiny sparrows. And God blessed them. "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the skies." The day ended in the song of life. Then came the sixth day. "Let the earth bring forth living creatures, cattle, beasts, and creeping things of every kind." From the dust arose lions and deer, elephants and oxen, wolves and sheep. Each creature found its place, and God saw that it was good, but his masterpiece was yet to come. "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Let him have dominion over all the earth from the dust of the ground." God formed man and breathed into him the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Adam opened his eyes beneath the bright sky and saw the world for the first time. God placed him in a garden called Eden, a paradise filled with life. "You may eat from every tree," God said, "except the one in the middle, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil." Adam obeyed. The rivers sparkled, the animals came near, and Adam gave each of them a name. But God saw that man was alone. "It is not good for man to be alone." So the Lord caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep, and from his side he formed woman. When Adam awoke, he said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman." Together they stood in innocence and light, walking in peace with their Creator. The sixth day ended in harmony and love. On the seventh day, God looked upon all that he had made.
It is finished. It is very good.
And God rested, not from weariness, but from completion. He blessed the seventh day and made it holy. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, moving in perfect rhythm under the Creator's hand. But a shadow waited beyond the garden. The serpent, clever and deceitful, whispered among the leaves.
Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?
Eve answered,
"We may eat from every tree, except the one in the middle. God said if we eat it, we will die."
The serpent said, "You shall not surely die."
God knows that when you eat it, your eyes will be opened, you will be like him, knowing good and evil.
Eve looked at the fruit, beautiful and pleasing to the eye. She took it and ate. Then she gave it to Adam, and he also ate. In that moment, their eyes were opened, and they knew shame. They hid among the trees when God came walking through the garden.
Adam, where are you? I heard your voice, and I was afraid because I was naked.
Have you eaten from the tree I commanded you not to eat?
The woman. You gave me so. She gave me the fruit, and I ate.
Woman, what have you done?
The serpent deceived me, and I ate.
And sorrow entered creation. The ground was cursed, and the garden grew silent. Yet God, in his mercy, clothed them and gave a promise of redemption. Even as man fell, God's love remained. The stars still shone, the rivers still sang, though darkness had begun. Through the ages, his voice called his children to return. Prophets spoke. The skies declared his glory, and every sunrise whispered of his mercy. And in the fullness of time, light returned in human form. Let there be light again. The Creator walked among his creation, healing the broken, calming storms, forgiving the lost, and giving his life for all. Through him, the world saw the face of its maker. The same hands that shaped the stars now touched the blind. The cross became the new tree of life, and through his sacrifice, creation began to hope again. One day the Creator will speak once more. Behold, I make all things new. The stars will fade and a new light will rise forever. The sea will roar with joy, the mountains will dance. Every heart that remembers him will shine like the sun. For the story that began with "Let there be light" will never end. The Creator and his creation will live as one, forevermore. The first light of the new creation rose, not from a sun, but from the presence of the Creator himself. The heavens were alive with color, rivers of gold and sapphire stretching across endless skies. The stars, once countless, now moved in harmony, dancing to a silent symphony of joy. Every mountain glowed with divine fire. Every ocean shimmered with peace. The air itself sang, a melody that wrapped around every living soul. No shadow remained, for light filled all things. The angels descended in radiant processions, their wings spreading hues like rainbows. They rejoiced, for the promise made at the beginning had now been fulfilled. The old world was gone, its sorrow erased like a tear wiped away. Before the throne of light, creation bowed as one voice whispered, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord who reigns forever." And time itself ceased to measure eternity. From the heart of light rose the city of God, vast, radiant, alive with glory. Its walls were transparent gold, reflecting the beauty of every soul within. Streets glowed like rivers of crystal, and every home shone with warmth and peace. There were no temples, no lamps, for the presence of God was the light of all. The river of life flowed from his throne, its waters gleaming like liquid stars. Children played beside its banks, their laughter echoing like heavenly bells. The tree of life stood tall, bearing fruit for every season, its leaves healing the nations. There were no tears, no pain, no hunger, only joy unending. Every face was radiant, every heart knew perfect love. The Lamb walked among them, no longer suffering, but crowned with eternal light. And all creation sang the song of deliverance, the song of everlasting peace. The King and his people were one, and his kingdom had no end. Beyond the golden city, the earth bloomed again, more beautiful than Eden of old. Forests whispered praises, flowers opened like stars at dawn. The rivers flowed pure and bright, weaving silver paths through meadows of light. Animals roamed freely, fearless and gentle. The lion lay beside the lamb. Birds of every kind filled the air with color and song. The soil was alive, every seed bursting with endless life. Adam and Eve walked once more among the trees, smiling, redeemed, renewed. They saw their children, countless as the stars, all living in the harmony once lost. No voice of the serpent was heard, for deceit was no more. Only truth flowed like water from the heart of God. The garden was no longer a place to guard. It was a world to rejoice in, and every leaf glowed with the memory of mercy. Then the gates of the city opened wide, and souls long separated met again. Mothers held their children once more, tears of joy shining like gems. Friends who had been parted by death embraced, their laughter echoing forever. The saints and prophets stood side by side, their faces bright with purpose fulfilled. Abraham walked with David. Moses spoke with Elijah. All those who had believed from the dawn of time gathered in one great family. The air shimmered with the light of love. No more distance, no more loss. Each heart remembered its journey, yet pain had become glory. Every story found its ending in the same embrace, the embrace of God, and every voice joined in one great song of gratitude. No one was forgotten. Every tear had meaning, for eternity had healed what time could never mend. From the throne of the Creator flowed the river of life, endless, clear, and living. It wound through the land like a thread of glass, reflecting heaven's glow. Every drop sang softly, whispering secrets of divine love. Creatures of light gathered beside it, drinking deeply and finding joy. Its waters carried memories of the first creation, now redeemed and made new. Beside it grew the tree of life, tall and golden, with roots that reached into eternity. Its branches spread across worlds, its fruit shining with colors unseen before. Those who ate of it never grew weary, for life flowed within them like fire. The leaves healed all wounds, even those unseen by eyes. No sickness, no aging, no death could dwell there again. The river flowed unending, circling the city, joining heaven and earth as one. And its song was the heartbeat of creation renewed. The stars, now free from decay, began to move in sacred rhythm. Galaxies swirled like petals on an infinite flower, glowing with holy fire. Light and sound became one, music painting the heavens with motion. The Creator watched with joy, his work alive, forever growing. Every spark of energy, every atom, pulsed with love's intention. Angels joined the dance, weaving between stars like ribbons of flame. Mountains rose and bowed as waves clapped their hands in time. It was a celebration beyond measure, the eternal Sabbath of creation. Every creature, great and small, found its place in the harmony. The universe itself was the song, and God its melody. No corner of existence was silent. Every heart sang, "It is good." And in that endless rhythm, time was no more. At the center of all stood the throne, radiant beyond sight or sound. It was not a chair, but a living light, pulsing with eternity. Upon it sat the Creator, the Alpha and the Omega, clothed in light like a garment. Around him countless beings shone, angels, redeemed souls, and stars that lived. From his hands flowed rivers of color, shaping new worlds with every breath. The air trembled with worship, yet all felt peace, not fear. His eyes were fire and tenderness, his voice the sound of creation itself. When he spoke, galaxies bowed. When he smiled, new suns were born. And yet, he looked upon each soul as if none else existed. Love, pure and infinite, was the language of his kingdom. Every knee bowed, every tongue sang, "Worthy is the Lamb," and the throne blazed on, eternal and unshaken. Though the new world knew no sorrow, memory still remained. The marks of the cross glowed faintly on the hands that shaped the stars. Each scar was a story, a reminder of love that would never fade. Angels gazed upon them and wept, not with grief, but with awe. The Lamb who was slain was alive, and through his wounds came healing. All creation knew the price of redemption and honored it forever. No one forgot the darkness, for it made the light more precious. The story of grace was carved into the fabric of eternity. Every song, every joy, carried the echo of sacrifice. Mercy was not a moment, it was the foundation of forever. The universe itself whispered, "Love has triumphed." And even silence was worship. Nations of the redeemed filled the world with culture and song. There were festivals of joy, feasts of creation, dances of light. Every art form became praise, every word a gift of beauty. The languages of earth merged into the tongue of angels. Architecture gleamed with imagination. Every home a masterpiece. Music rose from valleys and mountains, weaving heaven into earth. The Creator delighted in his people's creativity, for they reflected his own. There was no envy, no greed, no pride, only shared wonder. Every day was new, every moment alive with purpose. Children grew in wisdom, playing beside eternity's river. And the kingdom of light expanded beyond all stars. Its anthem, "Glory to the one who made all things new." And beyond the horizon of time, creation continued to unfold. New galaxies bloomed like flowers in a cosmic garden. The story never ended. It only grew deeper, brighter, truer. Love had no limits, and eternity had no walls. The Creator walked among his people, hand in hand with his creation. There was laughter, discovery, and endless beginnings. The heavens sparkled like living jewels, each a chapter in God's infinite story. The sea roared with joy, the mountains danced again. Every heart that remembered him shone like the sun. No night, no fear, no end, only light everlasting. And in that light, all found their home at last. For the first words, "Let there be light," had become forever fulfilled. The dawn that followed was not a sunrise, but eternity awakening. Golden light flowed like rivers of joy through the heavens. No shadow lingered, for the glory of God filled every space. The air shimmered with music unseen, the rhythm of forever. Mountains gleamed with peace and seas whispered songs of praise. The trees swayed in harmony, their leaves reflecting divine fire. Every breeze carried the fragrance of endless life. Time bowed its head, for its purpose was complete. Angels moved like waves of light dancing across creation. The voice of God echoed, gentle, mighty, eternal.
Behold, all things are new.
He declared, and the universe sang, its melody woven with unending joy. Nations gathered in the light, clothed in radiance and peace. There was no hunger, no thirst, only the fullness of love. Voices rose in harmony, a choir spanning the cosmos. Every song told a story, not of struggle, but of victory. Children laughed beside rivers of crystal fire. The Lamb walked among them, his smile brighter than the stars. His presence was the heartbeat of every soul. Wisdom shone like jewels upon the air. The redeemed spoke of grace, their words glowing like light. Every face reflected his image, pure, joyful, alive. No night could come, for his glory was the day, and peace rested upon all that was made. From his throne flowed colors never seen before. Worlds continued to form, not from chaos, but from beauty. Each spark of light became a realm of wonder and praise. Angels crafted galaxies like artists with divine intent. The Creator smiled, for his imagination was infinite. Every sunrise told a new story of his love. Creation was not finished. It was forever unfolding. The heavens expanded with laughter and song. Planets turned like living jewels in the dance of eternity. No decay, no distance, no sorrow remained. Only perfection growing more perfect still. And all bowed in awe before his unending majesty. Then came the sound, not of words, but of being itself. It filled every star, every wave, every heartbeat. It was the song of existence, sung by creation to its maker. The melody rose higher than time could reach. Its notes carried light, its rhythm carried love. Heaven and earth moved as one, the Creator and his creation. No barrier remained, no division endured. All that lived was part of the same divine breath. The galaxies pulsed like music, radiant and alive. The throne shone brighter, yet gentle as dawn's first glow. And in that endless harmony, eternity smiled. For love had spoken, and it would never be silent again. Faith Flicks Story, storytelling inspired by the Word of God. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that uplift your spirit.